cool concept from Netflix. I said like, hey, I like this concept of the simian army. This destroys services randomly and injects jitter into databases and stuff like this. So let's use this for us. And everybody was like, oh, holy shit, this will crash our whole system. We won't survive. The worst will happen. Don't do that. But the question is then how you get your team into this direction that they know that their system is resilient towards any kind of attack or outage or whatever. And that's an evolution. It doesn't happen overnight. It can't be. It's a huge invest in changing how apps are built. And that was actually also one of the problems. I didn't say that in the beginning. The problem of scale. And when I started at Zalando, in the first week I was there, we had already 3 data center outages. And that sucked because there's a lot of money being lost with downtime for such a big e-commerce company. So that's significant. You can easily burn more money than your development costs in total. So there we had to find a way how to build services more resiliently. And to do this, you have to completely change your concepts of how to build and run software. Now you think about not a single monolith. Now you think about microservices that are auto-scaled, that are always clustered. But it's also like, how do you test them? You never just update a service completely as a big bang. No, you do traffic shaping. You say like 5% of the traffic to this service. Then you test on production and see if everything goes fine and even the conversion rate increases and does not decrease. Then you shift more traffic to it, and over time you say like 100% of traffic to the new version. You do A/B testing, but the whole alphabet actually. So A, B, C, D, E, and have different variations of the software running live and testing with real customers. You can't always do this with unit tests, integration tests, and so on. Sometimes you just have to collect experience in real life. There's also a concept where you have to think, okay, what does this mean for the cloud infrastructure and the production environments, but also what does this mean towards the CI/CD process? So how can you quickly deploy new services on various test environments, run first the unit tests, secondly run integration tests, and then run it on production for only a few percentage of customers or of traffic, and so without risking too much. And how can you collect immediate results for your most important metrics and see if things are going right? How do you have an emergency stop and rollback capability? How do you notice errors that happen quickly? And that's not about checking, is there some error in the log file, uptime or whatever. No, that's more sophisticated. You have to, as an e-commerce company, for example, you have to measure maybe things like basket value, checkout rate, stuff like this, conversion rates, whatever. So you have different metrics that you need to care about that are business driven, that play into the whole process. And if you then see that something's going weird after you switched on or deployed a new update of one service, then you have to find a way how you can quickly switch to the old version that didn't have the problem, and so on. So this impacts the whole development process, and so it impacts also the way how to build a cloud platform or developer platform that supports you in spinning up new applications, creating new applications, testing them through, testing them on production, scaling them, and so on.